Let's wrap up this week with a few quick news events. First off, the UK's GDP numbers came out this morning, worse than expected at negative 0.5%. The Canadian unemployment rate also came out this morning, forecasted to rise up to 5.1%, but instead remained unchanged at 5%. The reason the unemployment rate didn't raise is because the employment change numbers came out better than expected, like way better than expected. So much better, in fact, that I'm wondering if there was a typo or something, because this was a crazy miss. Yesterday, the US unemployment claims came out a little higher than expected at 196,000.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and check out the market heat map, our brand new looking market heat map, by the way. So if you're familiar with the Edge Finder and you've seen our videos in the past, then you know that the market heat map used to look a little differently. We had all of our assets divided up by each currency with bar charts and all of that, but we decided to simplify it for you just so you can see the biggest movers to the upside and the downside. So these are all of the pairs that are either up or down so far in the market today. And really quickly, you can just see here are our top three movers to the upside so far. USD ZAR, CAD CHF, and CAD JPY are our three biggest movers to the upside. USD ZAR making the biggest move, up 1% on the day so far. And look down here, we have our three biggest movers to the downside: the German 30, Euro CAD, and Pound Canadian dollar, with the German 30 being the biggest mover to the downside out of all of our assets so far today, down 1.39%. So market heat map still works the same way, still getting updated every 15 minutes so that you can be super up to date with how the market is trending. We just simplified it so you can see the biggest movers to the upside and the downside faster. We also have the score scatter plot right here, which was also included in the market heat map. So you can see the score that it currently has in the watch list, as well as the percentage change. So you can see, for example, lower scores down here are sells, and if they are down on the day, the higher scores over here are buys, and if they are up on the day or not. But let's go ahead and hop into the watch list. I want to tell you guys some really exciting news that we have along with these updates. You see how it says Pro up here, Edge Finder Pro? That's because we actually have a free version of the Edge Finder. That's right, we have the Edge Finder completely free. It's a limited version of the Edge Finder. That's why we're giving it away for free. This is not a trial. This is not something that is going to expire after a couple days. This is the Edge Finder that you can get access to today, down in the links in the description below, for free. So Edge Finder with some limited features, but completely free for you today, down in the link in the description below. Go check it out. We actually have a lot of useful links down there, including like our free Discord. That's right, we have a free Edge Finder and a free Discord. You can find that as well as a lot of other useful stuff down in the description below, so make sure you go check that out. But here we are in the watch list. I'm going to remove the neutral biases, and I'm also going to remove our indices, and it doesn't look like we have any commodities that are buys or sells, so just the indices to leave us with our currency pairs. And look at that, we have a ton of sells, including a lot of strong sells. Only 4 buys though, CHF, JPY, and USD ZAR being our biggest buys, both scores of +6. And we have 2 strong sells with scores of -9, GBP USD and Aussie USD. And you know what? Look at this. NZD USD, Euro USD, Aussie USD, Pound USD. All strong sells, and then up here we have USD JPY, USD CAD, and USD ZAR. So it looks like all of our dollar crosses are either a sell or a buy right now on the Edge Finder. So a lot of volatility, a lot of movement with the dollar right now. But let's go ahead and hop into a pair and break it down. I'm thinking we're definitely going to go with a dollar pair. There's so many to choose from. I want to pick one with a big score, and so that would be one of these right here. USD ZAR also has a nice score, strong buy bias, +6, but these are just so much stronger. -9 score, strong sell, Pound USD or Aussie USD. I think I'm going to go Aussie USD to start off with. AUD USD right here. So let's see, like I just said, a score of -9, COT data comes out to a score of -2, and retail sentiment is actually a 0 or a neutral score. So let's break down these numbers right now. So COT data, or institutional trader data, this of course is what the smart money traders are going long and short on. They are currently favored long on the dollar, 64.74% long, and 35.26% short for the dollar. Australian dollar, on the other hand, 68.01% short and 31.99% long. So favored long on the dollar, favored short on the Australian dollar. Retail sentiment, on the other hand, 53% long, 47% short. So we're too close to 50-50 to call it either long or short bias, yes, there is a slight favoritism on the long side. 53%, that's just 3% over 50-50. That's why we're getting this 0 or a neutral score right here. Seasonality for the month of February, we can take a look at it right here, and it's just below, just barely below that 0 or that neutral line right there, meaning that in the last 10-year averages, historically speaking, Aussie USD typically performs a little bit bearishly, and that has certainly been the case so far this month as well. We can actually see our average price point right here, and look at this strong move to the downside. I'm going to get to the trend reading, or you know what? Yeah, I'll get to the trend reading right now. Trend reading score of -2. Look at that crazy move to the downside. I mean, it's just been shooting lower and lower each day. Price forecast predicts that that will continue to be the case. And yeah, in the month of February, historically speaking, this pair typically tends to perform bearishly, and that has definitely been the case so far in this month, in this year as well. Fundamentals now, GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, and interest rates, all scores of -1. And we can take a look at those numbers right here. The US dollar is beating out the Australian dollar in all 4 of these metrics that we score, fundamentally speaking. Australia's GDP growth, 0.6% compared to US 2.9%. Australia's inflation, 7.8% compared to US 6.5%. Australia's unemployment, 3.5% compared to US 3.4%. And lastly, Australian interest rates are at 3.35% compared to 4.75% for the US. So strong sell bias certainly seems that way. COT data agrees, the trend reading agrees, seasonality agrees, fundamentals agree. So this is definitely looking like a nice sell potentially. Make sure that you do your own research and analysis when you're taking a look at a chart. Make sure that it lines up with your trading plan and your technique to make sure that it is the right sell or right trade for you. But Aussie USD certainly looking like there is a lot of potential there. All right, so there we go. I want to remind you again that we do have the free version of the Edge Finder available in the link in the description below, along with some other fun free stuff. So make sure you go check that out.
Go back to the Edge Finder here for a second, see if we can find anything else. Again, I've got that dollar yen buy trade that I just took up this morning. UJ on the long side, COT data looks good. I'm happy with that one. We'll see if I can make any money off that. I tried, like I said, took a loss on this one previously. We'll go back to my position. I'm up 94 cents, now $3.77. So, you know, we're kind of rolling in it. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, I like UJ. We'll see if I'm correct about this. If I'm wrong, I'll take a stop loss right here. This is where I will take a $1,000 loss. If that happens, then hey, you know what? It's the weekend. Who cares? I'm just kidding. You know, when it comes to trading, like you have to have some level of whatever to you. And if you don't, the problem is if you obsess over every single movement that's happening in the markets, you're going to make more mistakes. You're going to trade more recklessly. You're going to be less focused. You're going to be sort of just so focused on the P&L, right? I honestly, I think like for many traders, doing this is probably helpful to them. I've been doing this a long time. Profit and loss doesn't really impact me because I trade very, very small relative to the account. I'm not freaking out about every single pip movement, like I said. But I think, you know, some traders, what they do is they take their trades. If they trade with a broker directly on TradingView like this, where they can see their trade, some people will just log out. Right? You can log out if you don't want to look at the profit while you're trading, then just log out of the trade. Speaking of brokers that you can trade with directly on TradingView, we've got 2 down below in the description. And in the top right, you can see who sponsors our content. If you use the link down below in the description, you will be helping out myself and my team here who are working really hard to keep these streams alive, keep them going every single day. This stuff is, you know, basically financially supported by our partnership with 8cap. If you guys don't already trade with 8cap, there's a link down below in the description. If you're looking for a new broker, if you want to be able to trade directly on TradingView, if you're outside of the US, click the link for 8cap down below in the description. Or if you're in the US, you can click the one for Oanda, which is also down there, which is what I use. You can see my broker that I'm logged into right there, Oanda. Yeah, check them out down below in the description. If you use those links, they are affiliate links. They're going to help support our show here. So thank you for that. 8cap is the best. Yes. Yeah, let's keep going. We'll take a look at Euro CHF. Euro Swiss. Do we have any bias here? Let's go to the Edge Finder for a second. And remember, guys, we did just launch a free version of the Edge Finder, which we linked earlier in the chat. Maybe we can drop that link one more time for people who missed it. But we do have a free version of the Edge Finder available. Instead of Pro, it'll say free. And there are there's some awesome perks that the free one gets. So if you aren't using the free one, click the link. There it is. Yep, grab that link, fill out the form, just enter your email and phone number, and it'll automatically send you access information on how you can get started with the free version. So enjoy. Hopefully it's helpful to you. And yeah. Okay, so something to think about here on the watch list page is that we have a lot of USD pairs still showing up. This is part of the reason why I picked up that dollar yen long trade. Dollar yen on the long side still looks pretty good. Another one, NAS 100. Let's go look at NAS 100 really quick. Euro Swiss, we talked about, by the way, also has sell bias. Let me do Euro Swiss really quick, and then we will we'll look at NAS. Okay, so Euro Swiss would be interested if it pokes up into the 50. Until then, nothing for me to do, right? 4-hour chart. I'm a swing trader, so I'm looking for a push up. If it comes up into a nice confluent zone like this 50, and the Edge Finder has sell bias, then I am looking for that continuation sell. I like that, but it's not set up for us yet. There's nothing there for us just yet. At current levels, I can't buy it or sell it. There's nothing here for me down in these lows. And because I trade primarily like the 4-hour and 1-hour chart, I'd like to see this thing, respect the overall trend. A pullback into that 50% looks really good for just a continuation move.
Make sure you guys check out the links in the description if you need broker recommendations, access to our free Discord, or want to chat with us on Telegram. If you're interested in our trading software, the Edge Finder, you can find that in the description as well. Thanks for watching.